Hello and welcome to another tutorial on Tkinter. As with previous videos, we will pick up from where we left off last week, and this time we will look at entries, namely a box of text which we, as the users, can actually type into and give inputs to our code. Now this time there will be a bit more code to write, so please make sure to follow along, and if at any point something isn't clear, then feel free to pause the video and write your comments in the questions below, and I will be more than happy to answer. Having said that now, let's get straight into the code and write define login underscore clicked, and that will say print email dot get, comma, password dot get. And we'll see what this is in a minute. Then we can say email, and that will be tk.stringvar. And same thing is password dot or equals tk.stringvar. So what we've done here is we've created two variables called email and password, and these are Tkinter string variables. Now this isn't necessarily a string as such, but is rather a special type of variable which exists only within the Tkinter world, let's say. Now let's carry on by writing email underscore label will be equal to, as we saw last time, tk.label, and that will be inside root, and we can say text equals email address, and then we can write email underscore label dot pack, and this time we will give two inputs, two arguments, which will be fill equals x and expand equals true. Then we can say email underscore entry will be equal to tk.entry, and here is our new command for today, and then we will give it two arguments. Root, of course it refers to our root window, and then we will say text variable is equal to email. So what we're saying is the variable which our entry command will take is our email string variable. Then again we can say email entry dot pack, and that will be fill equals x and expand equals true. Finally, we can say email entry dot focus. Now that we've handled our email, we now need to handle the password, and I think you can see where I'm going here. We can basically write exactly what we did before, so we can copy these 4 lines of code, and underneath we can write the same thing, and this time instead of the email it will be password label. So let me just copy that, and we can paste it into each of these and make this much quicker. Then this time it won't be email address inside the text, but it will be password. Then here the text variable will no longer be email, but it will be, of course, password. So I'm sure most of you have now realized that what we are creating is a simple login window, the kind where you would put in your email and a password, and it would give you access to whatever website you're looking at or whatever kind of software you're about to use. Of course, every login window would have a box in which we put our email address in, a box to put in our password, and What's left? Of course, you've all guessed, a button that says Login. So let's go ahead and write that now. We can say Login button is equal to, as we saw last time, tk.button of root, text equals login. And then we can say command equals, here is our function from the beginning, login underscore clicked. Finally, we can say login underscore button dot pack, and we can give it a few more inputs such as fill equals x, expand equals true, and pad y equals 10. So here you have it. What we've created is a simple login window which, once we've put in our email address and password and press the login button, it will take our two variables, email and password. It will get the value of those variables, hence in line 15, email.get and password.get. This is the way we extract the value from our variables, and it prints them inside our display. So now let's run our code, and you can see that indeed we now have a login window. We can of course put in fictitious names such as hello and then world and press login, and you can see here in the bottom right hand corner our function has indeed taken the two values of our variables and printed them out as a tuple. Now I'm sure some of you looking at this window would think that there's something strange, and of course you'd all be right. And that is that the password normally when we put it into a website is obscured by little asterisks or little stars. However, here it's fully displayed in plain sight. So we can of course implement that feature in Python as well using a simple argument inside the tk.entry function. We can say simply show equals asterisk. And now if we run our code, we can see that we again have hello, and underneath, this time if we type out world, you can see it only gives us little stars or little asterisks. However, if we press the login button, you can see that in the bottom right hand corner, the two words hello and world have been both read correctly. Now with that, I hope you've all enjoyed today's episode, and if so, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. As always, feel free to check out my previous videos, especially those on buttons and labels which I've left linked above. If you feel courageous, then please go ahead and put your coding skills to the test with my coding challenges. Once again, I look forward to seeing you all again next week, and as always, happy coding!